Welcome back to the channel. This is Gillies TV here as we got, talking about the Montreal Canadiens here. And before we get into that, make sure to hit that sub button and that like button as that will help the channel greatly. Now back to the video topic here. As you could tell by the title is four guys that I've chosen from the Montreal Canadiens offensively need breakout years. One kind of you're like, why is his name on there? I'm putting that in because he's going to be a huge part of this Montreal Canadiens team going forward for years to come. Now, let's start with number one. Right off the get-go is Brendan Gallagher. This guy was taken in the 5th round in 2010 with the 27th pick, and he has not gave Montreal grief. He has lived up to higher expectations than when they drafted him. This guy is a stud, but why his name's in this video here today is because he needs to produce more offensively, and that starts with being fully 100% ready to go right out of the get-go. As the last 3 years, he hasn't really played that much with the wrist injury he sustained. I believe that was against Edmonton in the bubble. Last year, he didn't play that much. And with the uncertainty of Carey Price, these four guys are going to have to pick it up offensively if this Montreal team's going to want to compete for a playoff spot. Now, Brendan Gallagher's one of those guys. He's tough as nails, but he can't stay healthy. Over the course of his career, he's only played we'll say four because the 81 games, 4 full seasons of 80 plus games. The rest are 64, 53, 44, 35, 59, 56. Montreal just needs Brendan Gallagher to stay healthy, produce the offense, be that pest in front of the net that every team in the NHL knows of. And you guys might be going, this is a bit off topic, why isn't Jonathan Drouin in here, Hoffman, all that? Well, I could say everyone needs offensive, but these are the four that need to have this offensive year for the Montreal Canadiens. Now back to Gallagher's. In 638 games, he's put up 381 points. So it's better than half a point per game. They need that a bit higher. He needs to be that pest in front of the net. Even if it's not the scoring aspect, it's the hard physical game. It's the nitty-gritty type of game he has to play to open up the ice for his teammates. It's the same as if you talk about Edmonton, Puljujärvi. Puljujärvi does the little things. That's what Gallagher needs to do with his line mates if he's not going to put the points up. Next one on the list is, of course, Josh Anderson. Coming over, I believe it was a few years ago from the Columbus Blue Jackets. Yeah, 2 seasons ago. First season, 17 goals, 7 assists in 52 games for 24 points. And then last season in 69 games, he had 32, 19, and 13. This guy can score. Get him the puck. This guy can score. But give him good line mates to play with. And that's where maybe Brendan Gallagher comes into play, as let Brendan Gallagher do the nitty-gritty, hard forechecking stuff and leave Josh Anderson kind of as the shooter mentality, or vice versa if they play together. Because Anderson needs to have a better breakout season than that for having played 111 or 121 games, and only having 56 points. He needs to be what Montreal brought him in to do and score more, be that physical presence. Don't take as many penalties. Like last year, he took 65, year before 38. But get to that scoring where he scored 47 with Columbus 1 year and was a plus 25. He had 27 goals, 20 assists in that season for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Get him on the power play more. This guy can score on the power play. It shows. He can score shorthanded. He can score any way possible, as he was shooting a 12.6 last season, only on 151 shots. Get this guy the puck, shoot a little bit more, and if him and Gallagher can mesh, watch out. Montreal's going to have two good players that are hard on the forecheck, as Josh Anderson's fighting right now on my screen. As they can forecheck, put up the goals that Montreal needs, and find them someone that can play a little bit of the defensive game for them when they're forechecking. Now, the third guy, newly acquired, of course, Kirby Dach. Fort Saskatchewan native, that's where I am. Hometown player. I love watching him play. Like, I went out of my way to watch Chicago games throughout the season. I'll be doing that with Montreal. He was on a pretty down low Chicago team in the last few years, as last year he has 26 points in 70 games. He has 59 points in 152 games, so he's just over that .35 mark, give or take, in that area. He needs to produce some more, and, you know, new scenery in Montreal, playing with the likes of Gallagher, Anderson, Caufield, Drew, and Hoffman, and Suzuki, and now Monahan. Sorry, I keep forgetting Monahan's there. He can produce better than he did in Chicago. Chicago had the problems with Taves being injured. Kane could only play with certain type of players, and that was pretty much it. Kirby Dach needs a breakout season here for Montreal. Montreal's going to make a push for the playoffs, and with the uncertainty of Carey Price, you need these players stepping up. You need Allen to hold the fort down if Carey Price is unable to go. So Kirby Dach having a breakout season here, looking for a new contract you need him to step it up, say, hey, we'll give you this contract, but you got to step this up. We'll give you a 1-year deal. Prove us that you're the type of player that you want the money for. And I believe in Montreal with the younger guys of Suzuki and I believe was in the system and Caufield. Kirby Dach can finally play Kirby Dach's game. He's a hard physical guy who, you know, he's 6'4", 197 pounds. He's a stud up the middle for the Montreal Canadiens now, and he's more of a facilitator. Put him with someone that likes to shoot, say Josh Anderson. Watch out. This guy knows how to find the open guys, and he had troubles playing with Kane in Chicago, yeah, but Kane is a one-dimensional player. Kids nowadays coming in the NHL, they have more aspects than the older guys in the NHL do, besides, you know, likes of Crosby and them. But this is a fresh start, and guys with fresh starts, look at Evander Kane in Edmonton. Fresh start in Edmonton, signed right back there. After all the uncertainty of people that Edmonton was going to sign him. Same with Kirby Dach. New faces, new team. He's going to come in hungrier than ever, and he's going to prove to the Montreal Canadiens, I'm here, same as Caufield, same as Suzuki. We're going to take us to the playoffs and then start from there with trying to get the Stanley Cup. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, Cole Caufield's on this list. Caufield will be the reason that these guys pick up their offensive numbers. He will also be the reason if Montreal makes the playoffs or not. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure Caufield last year started off horribly, got sent down to Laval, got called back up, and right when St. Louis took over as head coach, Caufield picked up his numbers. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure that's pretty much how it went. And Caufield had a good year after that, playing in 67 games, scoring 43 points, but he was a minus 24. He needs to work on his defensive stuff. I know he's young still. Don't get me wrong. I know he's young, but something to work on with him is his defensive game. Also, St. Louis has kind of lit a fire under his you-know-where to get him going, and it showed last year. He had 23 goals and 20 assists, 43 points, Most of that coming under St. Louis because he believes in him. St. Louis was an excellent team player, mentor for the younger guys when he was playing. Having him as a coach for these younger guys like Kirby Dach, Suzuki, and Caufield is going to be a huge help to the Montreal Canadiens. Am I saying they're going to make the playoffs this year? No. Am I saying they're not? No. I'm saying if they do, these four guys have to be the main reason. Sorry, I keep biting my tongue. Main reason that they actually make the playoffs for this upcoming season. No doubt in my mind, Montreal has upgraded. But have they upgraded enough after losing Petrie and Romanoff on the back end to actually make the playoffs? It's going to be hard to tell right now. But like I said, these four guys have breakout seasons where even if they score 10 points more each, well, if you go 10 points more each for all four guys, that's 40 more points. Say that's 25 extra goals because some of the assists will be on their goals. 25 more goals in 1-goal games could either take you to overtime for an overtime loss or win you the game in overtime or win you the game in general. 25 goals extra is nice to have as it gives you the depth. And you got the depth up front now. You just need to hope that Carey Price is good. If he's not, that Jake Allen can hold up the fort in the back end and that the defense can sustain the pressure of other teams. But let me know in the comment what your breakout seasons, like who needs to break out for the Montreal Canadiens. As I got to head out here for a few minutes. Hope you guys have a good one. Stay safe out there. And I'll catch you on the next one.